Hello everyone, welcome to another Czech Premodern video. I'm here with Koska today. Hello.
Hi everyone.
So today I have a spicy one. This deck is kind of weird. It's kind of a hybrid between a Terror deck and a Phyrexian Dreadnought combo deck. When I first looked at it, I just didn't really understand how this deck works, but then I drew a couple hands and I think I actually like it. What I like about it is that it still has the combo potential that the regular Dreadnought decks have, but it also has powerful cards like Mox Diamond and Cinema Library. And you can actually also play Enlightened Tutor in this deck, which you cannot really do in the regular Dreadnought decks because searching for only Dreadnought is kind of weak, but the fact that you can also search for Cinema Library if you need value is pretty nice, and I'm curious how it's gonna play out.
Yeah, I like the deck. Also, you have like a toolbox of cards in the sideboard, right? So the tutor, it's more like a post board card for. But the tutoring up Dreadnought is awesome. So yeah, that's what Petr is playing today. I'm playing an opposition deck basically. I think there's a lot of different lists. Mostly, usually they're blue-green. This deck is also white. Also for Enlightened Tutor actually, because Petr will probably try to search Dreadnought. I'm very likely going to try to search for opposition. The deck basically plays mana dorks to accelerate, then a bit of a very light suite of reactive spells, some Swords to Plowshares and a little bit of counter magic, and then creatures that give you more creatures that you can tap more stuff with. So notably Call of the Herd, Deranged Hermit, and Decree of Justice. It's a bit of a brew, as you might have gotten used to. That we try to introduce interesting decks on camera, and I think that the biggest weakness of this deck is its mana base. I don't think it's a deck where you want Mox Diamonds because you're trying to play 4-drops, and so that would be too. Do
you think it's necessary to play the white or?
I don't think it's necessary. I think that it's perfectly fine to play just green-blue. You lose a little bit of power, but you get more consistency for sure. I think the reason why to play white is Swords to Plowshares mostly because the green-blue doesn't really have.
Well, you have the opposition, right?
You do, but it's a 4-drop against Stifle Knot. You don't have the chances of it resolving are not that high. And I also like the Enlightened Tutor package where, for example, you have a 1 of Warship and
I could just beat something straight up.
Yeah, right. And essentially with 2 Enlightened Tutors you have 3 of them. So it's a plan. It's a bit clunky, but it can do things. So yeah, that's the matchup that we're gonna play. Let's see how it goes.
Yep.
All right, so I went down to 6. I'm gonna put this one on the bottom, and Petr is on the plane.
3 up, go.
All right. Also 3 up, go.
Go with this. And your turn.
Yep. I'll play. Okay, what do I play here? Okay, I'll go with this one and pass the turn.
Go.
Go. How many cards?
I have 7. Go.
Okay. Man, this is gonna be. Oh. Alright, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with gemstone. Oh wait. I'm gonna go with the flooded strand. I'm gonna let you search for something, and I'll pass the turn.
Right. I'll
Yeah.
use this.
I'll just fetch in response.
I'm not sure which one is the best actually. Is there a blue fetch in the deck? I guess.
You tell me.
Maybe there's not in Premodern.
Which one?
Like a blue fetch.
You mean if you mean blue green, then there's no blue green fetch.
Or blue white.
Blue white there is. I just used it.
Oh, I cannot.
It's a pretty solid argument for the land being
but
there.
I don't see it in the
maybe the deck doesn't play it. I think it might not because the mana base is pretty stretched. Like you need double green, so there might not be actually any.
That's kind of weird. That would be like pretty good to find right now.
Yeah. Well, you can still search on your turn before you play another land, but.
I guess I just get a Sideboard then.
Okay, I'll swords this guy. Well, he doesn't fetch you another land.
Right.
And it's your turn.
Play the land I search for. And yeah, I'm just gonna
It's fine.
do the trick.
I'll try to counter the charm, so I'll ping myself for one.
Right, that's unfortunate.
Alright.
Go. Maybe that was a little hasty, but
Call of the hurt. With an elephant token and one more treat of village and go.
I think I'll just sort that after.
So I go to 21. Wait, the other way around.
Okay, I took one here from city.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do it again.
Sure. That happens. So you take one. My turn?
Yep.
So in my upkeep I have to play... Oh, how many cards do you have? Three cards. Yeah. I'll have to play Enlightened Tutor. And search for something. Like basically at this point I can go for opposition, but you hit me for 12, and then I can try to like lock the Dreadnought down. Or I can go for Seal of Cleansing and kill it straight away, which I think is the safer choice. I could also go for Worship, but then like a single Seal of Cleansing kills me, and you have Enlightened Tutors for that, so this is a safer play, I think. So, Seal of Cleansing to the top, then, so I draw it, play Gemstone Mine, use it. And Seal of Cleansing.
Yep.
And kill the Dreadnought. Go.
I guess I get him for free.
Yeah, that works. I go to 18.
How many cards you have?
2 cards.
Play Wasteland and go.
Sure. Forest, go. You have like 4 cards?
Yeah.
A bunch of cards.
Play Wayfarer.
Sure.
Go.
5 lands. So end of turn, I'll cycle Decree
Oh.
for 3 soldiers. 1, 2, 3. The good thing is that the cavern goes to 1, and then yeah, you can still do something. So I'm gonna draw from the Decree.
Yeah. I'll waste on the tree. I think. Could draw opposition, which would be unfortunate. Yeah, let's just get the blue land, I guess.
Alright, so blue land away, and it's my turn. So, draw a card for the turn. Yeah, I think I have to. Actually, I don't have to. I can just, yeah, sure. I can activate the Dorito village here and attack. So you take 1, and we trade the villages, sure. So now we're back to you having 3 lands and me having 4, so I think what I have to do is pop this gemstone mine and play Birds of Paradise, and go.
I shouldn't have traded, probably.
Hard to tell.
Ooh.
Another Dreadnought coming.
So you go to 15 after this.
Okay, that is pretty sizable, right? Like I have 4. How many do you have? So it's an 8/8.
Yep.
I think that just means I have to give you 8 life. And
I was at 15, so I'm 23.
Should be, I think. Not exactly sure, yeah. So, draw a card. Swing for 3.
20.
And play flashback of Call of the Heart. And go.
I'll sort that.
Pretty happy to see that happen. Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll attack for 1.
So
go.
20, and my turn. Wall of Blossoms, draw a card. Swing for 3. And go.
Go. Activate treetop. Yep.
And attack. That wafer is pretty annoying. I'm just gonna pass the turn to you.
Go.
Okay, upkeep.
I'll tap the treetop, I guess.
Works. I'll draw a card. Swing. I can now play a Flooded Strand and faster for 2.
Yep.
Fetch at the end of turn. Go to 19. Yeah.
Yep.
And still in your end step, I'm going to play Fact or Fiction. Results?
Yep. That's pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
that's
is
gonna be
sweet. That is
I'm
sweet.
just considering.
Okay. To game 2, I'm going to be on the draw this time, so that's why I'm taking out some of the slow cards, the counter magic. Petr is playing a deck with Mox Diamonds, so I think I'm going to be behind. That's why also the Decrees of Justice are going out, 2 of them anyway. Worship, post board, I think that you have too many answers for this card, it's not reliable. And then I think the what I board in is pretty self-explanatory. Just like all the disenchants I can get my hands off, and then meddling mages either for Dreadnought or maybe Terravor, whatever the situation demands. How about you?
So I'm on the place. So I'm boarding out this Wayfire. Like I'm not sure about this. Maybe it's still like good enough to have in your deck, but I didn't really know what to board out, and it just seems like kind of weak when I'm on the play. I'm definitely gonna board it in back on the draw. And I'm also boarding out 2 tutors because I just assume that you're gonna have a lot of answers. And as we can see, you're actually boarding in 5 removal spells and 2 meddling mages. So I just don't really want to 2-forward myself because a lot of the time when I search for like a Sylvan library, you're just gonna kill it. So I don't think that's great. And yeah, I'm just bringing in some cards that I think are fine. They're nothing special, but some ways to kill opposition. I think the Plague might be a little too bad, but I guess you can answer a Decree or Hermit, or you can kill a bird or something like that. So I think it's fine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Right, this time around I'm gonna start with a turn 1 Mox.
That is a good play.
Let's get rid of this Gemstone Mine, and I did 1, and I just play the Soul one.
Ooh, okay,
Yep.
okay. So, okay, what do I do? I'll fetch. Find a forest. Play Birds of Paradise. And pass the turn to you.
I think I should get the most value out of it before you kill it, so let's see how that goes. Didn't go too well.
So no reason not to take 8, right?
Take 4.
Oh, it's good enough.
Let's see here. I have fetch land, fetch. Guess I'll get green. Or double green cards. Like, I don't think it really matters that much, but
You have triple green now if you want to. But I think, like, in all seriousness, I think that the color that you want 2 of is probably green, right? In the deck.
and I cycle. Banner Mox.
Oh my.
Doesn't really accomplish that much, but
2 cards left.
and go.
Sure. So I'm gonna go with a Wall of Blossoms for a card.
Ooh, no neutralize. I like that.
yeah, the library is gonna live. Alright. Yavimaya Coast, take 1 damage, Run over Elf, and pass the turn.
Alright, trigger. Oh man. Guess I take 4 again. Or 10.
Halfway there. Sure. Okay, that has a lot of potential. Like, if you find something now, then
It potentially has a lot of potential.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't say it better. And actually, I don't have a lot here. So I'm just gonna go with Treat Up Village and Pass, actually.
Right. One up, keep all pitch.
Mhm.
This time around, I'm gonna get planes just to, you know, switch it up a little bit.
To keep it interesting, yeah. No, it's now's the important turn. Like, do find something, one card in your hand, but basically a lot of options if you find something.
I take 4 again.
All right. Go to 5.
Another fetch. And a Sideboard.
Mm-hmm. So you have 5, I have 1, so it's a 6/6 if
Yep.
I count well.
Sounds
All
about right.
right.
Cool.
So end of turn, I'm gonna make the Terror possibly slightly larger with a Factor
Right.
Fiction. All right. Huh? Not the best.
Well, I definitely do wanna split the lands, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm at 5, so even like a random 2/2 is actually pretty annoying. So is the 3-top, to be honest. I think I want to split the 2 creatures. I think 3-top is
Yeah.
probably the best card.
I think so, and I already have 1 treat up, so like the Terror can't be too, you know, aggressive, I think, here.
I'm pretty screwed either way. um, Sure, I'll do it like this.
Okay, so if I take the Naturalize and the Meddling Mage, then Terror becomes a 9/9, right?
It becomes a monster.
Okay,
That's
okay,
pretty smart,
I'll
right?
just take the lands here. Treat Up Village is, it's fine. And it's gonna be my turn. So draw. Huh. So I have 8 cards in my hand. A lot of them, well, I mean, some of them, you know. So I think I'm just gonna play Treat Up Village, 1 more land over Elf. And I'm gonna pass the turn to you.
Not sure if I want to fetch.
You know, one of the you know the top card.
So I can see like all like
You can
free,
see- yeah,
free
yeah,
fresh,
exactly.
but
Free fresh
maybe I just like take 1 here and then I can shuffle 2 back, 2 bad ones. So we have 2 creatures, it's pretty annoying.
Yes.
I don't even know what I want to find though. It's kind of the issue. I guess Exalted Angel would be
Exalted
very nice.
Angel would be great. Dread, if you
Sure, I'm gonna fetch.
yeah, Dreadnought would be great as well. But I suppose you need both of the combo pieces. I don't know what you have in your hand. Wayfarer, not so much because we have both 4 lands.
Maybe just another Terra Ward, then like
Yeah,
not
sure, why
attack
not?
and then attack with both.
Yeah.
So
So I can comfortably activate both treetops. You also know that I have 1 more land, so I can like attack with 2 elves and 2 treetops on my turn.
it's 7/7.
I think it's still 6/6. No, you fetched, right? So it's
Yeah.
7/7. Yeah. for sure. And you have 2 cards now.
The problem is that you're just gonna factor fiction again, or play decree, and then I'm just gonna die.
That's the plan.
Yeah, I guess I have to pass anyway. Go.
Okay. So draw. Okay, so what can you have now? So if you have Swords to Plowshares, I attack here, then you block here. Swords this go to 2, so that's not optimal. It's not great. Anything else I can do? Like, is there any card that you could draw and not play, which is not Swords? Not sure. But like, even if you do that, means you take 2, you go to 2, and you can't still attack with the Terravore unless you have something.
It's kind of sad. I activated the Sylvan like 4 times and I just didn't find anything.
Yeah. Like, you saw a lot of cards and it didn't really work out. I think I have to try. Like, what else? Well, what's the worst card that you have? What you can have? I think that would be Swords to Plowshares, and like, even that is not terrible. That means that the other 2 cards are probably not so great either. I think I'm just gonna go for it. So I'll activate both tree tops here, and I'm just gonna attack. So let's see. So you definitely block 1 here.
Sword.
Sure. So this one goes away. I go to 21. You take 1, you go to 3. And these 2 trade, and the tree top dies. So it's now a little bigger. And yeah. I have a couple lands less. And
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I assume you just wanted to kill the Sylvan Safekeeper, but...
Yeah, you didn't have to block still. Like, you could have gone to 2 and...
I knew there was another one on the top.
Yeah. I suppose that if you blocked with it, you did it for a reason, so, like, I'm not...
But now I see this card.
So you're at 3, right? You took 1 here. Sure. So how much is that? That would be... So I have 2 and you have...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.
So I take 8.
I'll take
I
one
go
land.
to
I'll take 1 land.
13?
For 9.
Oh, sure. Okay, so I get a 12. Alright, my turn. Okay, this is not a bad card. 12. I'm gonna attack here. And then play a deranged hermit.
Yep.
Looking for squirrels, and I'll pass the turn to you.
Unless I hit like a plague or something.
Plague would be good.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Alright. So we played 2 games where we didn't really see the namesake card of this deck, but it was kind of like fair games, I guess. I suppose. Or like game 1 you comboed out, but I had the answers, and game 2 we both flooded a little, and
yeah, it was kind of weird because I had just a similar library active for 4 turns, but it didn't really lead to that much. But overall, I just felt like an underdog because you have a lot of answers for the combo, and I feel like I'm worse at grinding. So I cannot really combo you out, so I'm kind of forced to play the grindy game, but you just have like opposition tokens, you have factor fiction, decree, so it's like really hard for me to win the long game. So I just didn't really think this matchup was very good for me, but who knows.
I think that I'm thinking like how representative game 2 was, because you saw a lot of cards,
Yeah.
but there was not a lot of action.
Well, actually, I think I got
So-
pretty lucky. A lot of the time, you would just kill the summon library. So I got pretty lucky, and even when I had it, I still lost. So
I mean, if when you had it turn 1 on play, so there's not much I can do about it turn 1. So you would still get like pay 8 life, get 2 extra
Sure.
cards out of it if you think that you can afford it, which I think in this matchup you can quite often. Yeah, I agree with what you said, that the matchup is grindy and the opposition deck has a lot of card draw with like Decree, Wall of Blossoms,
Yeah.
and did you overall, like, regardless of the matchup that we played, did you like the deck? Would you change it somehow?
I like the deck. I felt like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like kind of all over the place. So you're not really all in on the combo. So most of I think most of the decks are gonna have like 1 or 2 answers in their hand, and the regular Dreadnought deck can just protect it with a counterspell or whatever. But this deck instead has like a Terra War in your hand.
Right.
And so you just like use 2 cards or even 3 cards when you Enlighten Tutor for the combo to put 12 into play, but then you cannot protect it, it dies, and then you just have this like another plan, but that's also not supported enough, so you're kind of losing both games. I don't know. I think there's some potential, but I don't really think this version is better than maybe just a straight Terra War deck or a straight Dreadnought deck. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Like, to me, usually when you have these 2 decks jammed into one,
Yeah.
I'm looking at how much they overlap, and
This one doesn't seem to overlap that
well,
much.
there's at least like Sylvan Safekeeper, which protects your Dreadnought and also protects the Terra War, but also you can just sacrifice a bunch
That
of
is
lands
true,
to make
yeah.
the Terra War lethal. But I agree that these 2 plans, there is not much that they like cards that they would share that they would go in both decks. But I like the fact that it's like, well, you have plan A. If it doesn't work, you still have plan B, which is you have cards that you can kill your opponent with. But yeah, that's all of us from us for today.
By the way, just one point.
Yes.
I think that maybe if the deck had like enough cards in a sideboard to like be able to side out a Dreadnought combo in the matchups where it's bad, that might be like a way. But I just felt like I'm kind of forced to keep it in, even though I knew it's gonna be bad.
Okay.
So just
That's a good point. Yeah. And the thing is that you still, even if you could board out the Dreadnought, you would still have a bunch of targets for naturalizes in Mox Diamonds, maybe still in Library. But maybe if there's a way how to
but then
go
you
for,
still
like,
like one for
transform
one.
plan.
It's not like you have to put all of your resources into putting a Dreadnought into play. I don't know.
Okay.
But
All right, that's
just
an interesting point.
just
Yeah.
something to think about.
I think definitely that this deck is, some people might say a bit all over the place. Other people would say it has a lot of maneuver, space to maneuver. You can change a lot of cards this way or that way. Let us know in the comments if maybe you have a version of your own of this deck, or if you have some ideas about the build, and we're gonna be happy to answer or to read what you have to say. Thanks for the games, Peter.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for watching, and we're gonna see you next time. Feel free to like our video or subscribe if you
Yeah,
enjoyed
we're also
it.
on social media, Twitter, well, I guess it's called X right now, and then Instagram. So if you like our content, you can also follow us there. And see you next time.
See you.